Welcome to Take Me Away. My name is Babu Biko, and today we are going to have a below 0 degrees episode. We are going to be talking about fridges, and keeping up with the theme, we will be reviewing a movie that has a cold-hearted assassin. So grab a coat, sit near a fire, and let's get into it. And we start with the 5 absolutely freezing facts about fridges that you probably did not know. The first ever refrigerator patent was filed by a doctor, Dr. John Gorey, a doctor from Florida who was looking for ways of keeping his patients who had excessive fever from sweltering. He created a compression system in 1840 to attempt to cool the air in his office with cold water, but it ended up freezing the water instead of cooling it. And he thought to himself, we can make a lot of money from this. And he filed a patent. However, his dream of becoming rich from an accident was short-lived after he was outsmarted by cheaper knockoff ice coolers from New England. James Harrison invented the first functioning refrigerator in the 1850s using ether. According to James, he just wanted to chill his beer. In 1911, General Electric acquired the rights to Abe Marcel O'Different's electric refrigerator, and Abe also said he just wanted to chill his wine. They all just wanted to chill their alcohol. So we can thank alcohol for one of the greatest inventions of our century. General Electric sold its model for $1,000, which at the time was twice the price of a car. Speaking of General Electric, they introduced the monitor top fridge in 1927 because some electric utilities were offering customers discounts for getting fridges in the hopes of making the cost in the long run because of power usage. Ultimately, GE only started to build refrigerators in the hopes that the people would keep the fridge on 24/7, thus consuming more power, and in the long run it would help the firm's electrical utilities division. Very sly, General Electrics, very sly. In the 18th century, fridges weighed, and hold your chairs for this, 4 tons. To put that into perspective, picture one lorry in your mind. Are you picturing it? Now, picture another lorry that is similar to that one. Now you have 2 lorries, right? Now, picture another 2 lorries that are the same as the first 2 lorries. By now you should be picturing 4 lorries, if I'm not wrong. Are you with me? Now, combine those 4 lorries into one, and you get one fridge in the 18th century. In 1942, one lady, Laurel Guild, tried to convince a company called Seville to design their refrigerator doors with the butter compartment. Since the door is warmer than the inside of the refrigerator, and the butter would end up being softer. However, in that day and age, butter was considered a luxury item, and Seville decided to ignore Guild's advice, which sadly for Seville, Guild's idea is now a standard fridge design. That just goes to show, sometimes you just need to shut up and listen to the women in our lives. In this week's product review segment, we stepped out of the studio for a product launch, and let's see how cool it was. Get it? Cool fridges? No? Okay. Let's check it out. We're here at the mall where Hisense is launching new products for the Kenyan market. And a few things to notice about the Hisense product is that they're very eco-friendly, they're very affordable, and they always try to reinvent and to bring new technology to the Kenyan market. So I am very curious to see what they have for the Kenyan market this time, and why don't we jump right in? So, why don't you kindly tell us your name and what you do for Hisense?
Okay, my name is Manish. I work with Reshman International, and we are the distributors for a global electronics giant called Hisense. Yeah, we launched Hisense in Kenya in 2014, and in past 2 years we have been distributing Hisense LED TVs. Yeah. We launched the first Android TV in Kenya, then followed by curved TVs, ultra high definition TVs, and celebrating 2 years in Kenya. Today is a proud moment for us as we are launching Hisense refrigerators and chest freezers.
It's a beautiful setup you have here. There's beautiful TVs and a lot of good fridges. Why don't you just give the viewer a sense of what is happening? What are you launching? The size?
We've started refrigerators with frost-free, non-frost. To start with, since it's the beginning, we have come up with a few models, yeah, which are all energy efficient, which saves energy for the consumers. Then Hisense has their own technology, which they call a GWAM technology, which helps to keep food healthier and better for long. Yeah. So in the coming year, we plan to launch the bigger sizes of the refrigerators, the French door, the side-by-sides, and the bigger capacities. Same thing in the chest freezers. Since Kenya is a very big potential for the refrigerators and the chest freezers market.
And you're pioneering so many new inventions that most Kenyans are not used to. Is there a business strategy to that?
Yeah, we want Kenyans to experience the same as the world is experiencing outside. That is why Hisense is again developing innovative technological products, and it is our pleasure and it is our honor that at the same time we launched the same thing in Kenya.
And you mentioned you came to Kenya in 2014. It's 2016. It's only been 2 years, and Hisense has grown exponentially. It's a talked about brand right now. How are you able to make such a quick step?
In Kenyan market, like Hisense has been doing Hisense along with their support, we have been doing all kind of activities, whether it is media, whether it is road shows, whether it is to penetrate to displays, whatever way, or through TV advertisements, whatever marketing we could do, we are doing it. Even we are doing some CSR activities at the local level in Nairobi, outside Nairobi also, which is giving us a bit of brand awareness, and that is helping us to grow.
So with all the products that are here, for the viewer at home, what would you like them to remember about Hisense?
Hisense is here as a brand. The punchline of Hisense is bringing the world closer. Yeah? And we also use the main tagline as lifestyle for Africa. So that is what we want the people to remember as a product which is truly value for money.
All right.
I'll take you through some of the fridges which we've launched. Yeah? This fridge is a 6.5 cubic feet. Yeah? But in this category, the uniqueness of this fridge is the inbuilt dispenser. Yeah, there's a water tank.
I have the
inside.
inbuilt dispenser there.
Yeah, in there it has got a water tank. This can take up to 2 to 2.5 liters of water. Yeah, and then
So basically it's two.
this is one of the unique things. This is
Just put the water there.
Just put the water there and take it from here. Yeah. This is a unique selling point of this fridge. Apart from internal storage is quite high, and they have Hisense has got their own things, which makes the food stay healthier and for long. Yeah? And apart from the keeping in point of view of the price, yeah, this is as compared to the competition brands 10 to 15% much lower, so makes it more affordable for the consumers to.
So it is the same size.
Yeah. Same size.
It has a unique feature of the water dispenser.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper.
It's a value for money product. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then like this, and then we have another fridge which is the 9 cubic feet capacity. This is a frost-free fridge. Yeah. Again, it has got tempered glasses, which means the glasses are free. These tables are free, large space. Yeah. And then it has got multi-airflow system, which keeps again the food healthier and fresher. Yeah.
And why didn't you put the water dispenser on this?
No, water dispenser. We are, as I said, that we started with few models. Yeah. Coming December or early January, we are launching up with some more models in the same category, which have the water dispenser. Like this was introductory and testing. How will the response to this in this category? And the response has been phenomenal. This has been a very fast-moving product. So now we plan to introduce more fridges with dispenser in this range of products.
And one unique feature about Hisense is that most of your products are environmentally friendly products, whether it's the televisions, whether it's the fridges, and I can see the Go Green sticker right there.
Hisense has been a global partner for United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, which means they have to develop products which are environmentally friendly. Whether it is fridges or whether it is TVs, the products have to be friendly to the environment.
So does that mean, for example, this fridge could consume less power?
Energy,
less energy?
Yes.
In the household?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Perhaps then I can get Larry to show me about the laser cast TV.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Kindly tell us your name and at what capacity do you work with Hisense?
My name is Larry. I'm the general manager of the whole East Africa.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what is happening around here, because it's a beautiful setup. I see a lot of nice fridges, there's a chest freezer, beautiful television.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's happening here?
Actually, Hisense entered the East Africa market in 2009, and Kenya was the latest one, because the Kenya, the population here is big, and the economy is good, and this is a very promising market. So we think very carefully how to enter this market. And in 2014, in October, the Hisense TV first entered this market. And after 2 years growth, I think that the most local people know this brand. So this time we bring the freezers and the refrigerators here.
And one of your products which does well in the market are your television.
Yes.
And you're always trying to reinvent and introduce new things to the Kenyan market. For example, today you have the laser cast technology.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, you can see that this is the laser cast. It's the fourth generation of the TV. We all know that the first generation is the CRT TV. It's the big box. The second generation is the normal LCD TV we can find in all the supermarkets. And the third generation is the OLED TV, leading by LG. Now Hisense directly go to the fourth generation. It's a laser TV. So this is I think the trend of the TV industry. So we just move on to the fourth generation laser cast.
And laser cast gives better picture quality
Yes.
than 4K television.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it's true.
And yours is more affordable. It's actually cheaper compared to the same size TVs
Yes.
that have 4K.
Yes.
How do you manage that?
Okay. Let me tell you some advantages of the LaserCast TV. The first, you said, is cheap. If we buy the same size TV, I think the LaserCast may be the 1/10 of the price. That means that if you buy the LCD TV, it will use 10 times the money than the LaserCast. The second is user-friendly. You see, when we see LCD TV, it means the light directly from the TV panel to our eyes. But the LaserCast, you see the light comes to the board and then reflects the light. So it's very good.
So it comes from here?
Yes, and then reflect to the board and reflect to our eyes. So it's very good for our health. The second reason is that the lifetime is very long. It can use 60,000 hours. If you watch, for example, 6 or 8 hours a day, you can watch for 10 years.
Of TV.
Yeah, and the last advantage is that the power consumption is very low, maybe 60% of the LCD TV.
Really?
So all the benefits together, we launched this LaserCast.
And now, on my final question, I have to ask you this. Perhaps this is a brand secret, but is there any other new technology you plan to introduce to the Kenyan market besides the LaserCast technology?
Yes. Now this is our latest technology, and we will bring the LaserCast TV officially next year. Also, when we have the new software, the new design, the new TV, we are surely to bring to the Kenyan market.
And I see you're launching a lot of innovative products in the Kenyan market.
Yes.
Is there a business strategy or a business decision behind that?
Yes, it's true. You see that in these 2 years, now Hisense has made a lot of achievements. I think there are three main reasons. The first reason is that our brand strategy is a B brand. The B brand means that the same quality with Sony, with Samsung, and with LG, but price is affordable. So this is our B brand strategy. And the second reason is that it's Hisense branding. You see that we have done a lot of advertising, marketing globally. Just take one example is that in June this year, the Hisense sponsored the Euro Cup. So this makes a very good influence on all the markets. The third reason is that we are finding a good partners in Richmond, and we cooperate with each other very well. That's why we make such achievement.
Okay, why don't you take me through this beautiful television?
Okay.
How does this work? First of all, how does the LaserCast technology work?
First, you see the LaserCast includes 3 parts. The first part is this panel. It's a 100-inch. Now, next year, we will launch the small size one, the 85-inch, and also the 120-inch that will come next year. So now this one is 100-inch panel. The second part is the host.
This you call the host?
Yeah, the host.
The host,
The main, the head of this laser TV. And the third part is this sound system. And also the 2 speaker sound system. So the 3 part makes the LaserCast. You see, this is the focal, and to the panel, to the screen. This is very short. It's only 40 centimeters. Usually, when you watch a projector, it's 100-inch. It should be, I think, more than 3 meters. Yes. So this is a very super short focal.
So this is reflecting up to the television?
Yes, yes. You see, the laser, the light comes from here. It goes here.
This is really short range.
Yes, very short. Then the light will reflect to our eyes. So this is a very eye friendly. It's not does not harm to our eyes.
And with 4K technology, for example, you need to buy the TV and then you need to buy the 4K host.
Yes.
Does it work the same way here? Do I buy this at once or do I buy this separately?
This LaserCast already can support the 4K content or 4K program. If you have the 4K program, it can play.
Most of the TVs that I've seen that come from Hisense, you can stream. You can easily stream, download the videos on YouTube, and it's still high quality. Does this still remain for this television?
Yes, the same. Same. This is Android system. You can download the software you want, apps, and you can use the different apps.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. This is really beautiful. This is really beautiful picture quality. And thank you so much for showing me how this works.
You're welcome.
Hisense is a brand I know for many years. When I've been going to the technology shows wherever I go in the world, whether to China or to Germany, I've been seeing this brand for a long time, and the kind of exposure that they were giving it to this brand elsewhere in the world. Now it's good that a Chinese brand is here competing with the Korean brands which have dominated this market, which have been Samsung and LG predominantly. It's good to see Hisense and the kind of technology that they have come. It's like they've jumped straight from the 19th century to the 21st century. Africa is the next frontier, everybody says. East Africa is the next place to be for any brand that wants to grow in Africa. East Africa is where they start with. Of course, South Africa has always been a growth path, but leave South Africa out. Besides South Africa, East Africa is the place to be.
Welcome back to Take Me Away. My name is Babu Biko, and technology has advanced quite exponentially in the past few years, to say the least. But a lot of concentration has gone towards televisions and mobile phones. However, a latent growth is also being experienced in the fridges area with the advent of the smart fridges. The smart fridge will literally drop your jaw. For starters, through barcode and radio frequency identification, or RFID scanning, the smart fridge can keep track for you the things in your fridge and keep stock for you. With the products you store, it swiftly begins to learn and adapt to your style of shopping. For instance, if you always buy milk every Wednesday, and it so happens that you skip buying milk one Wednesday, then the fridge will take it as its prerogative to remind you to buy milk. Some of the utopic abilities of the fridge that have not been fully materialized is its ability to detect food that is about to expire and then shift those foods to the front of the fridge so that you can consume them fast. To add to that, while connected to the phone with inbuilt cameras in the fridge, from wherever you are, you can quickly access the fridge and view inside to see what else you may need to buy before you go home. And that may come as handy to a lot of us. But the idea of smart fridges has come with its own hurdles. For starters, they heavily depend on RFID tags in order to work out what is being bought and what is being consumed in order to create a pattern. The problem with this is that very few products have RFID tags. While it may seem like it will ease your workload, it may just be creating more work for you because it depends on barcodes to scan items. You may actually always need to scan food every time you put them in the fridge or anytime you take them out. Some technicians try to solve this by bringing forth a photographic element to the fridge, whereas instead of scanning the products, an inbuilt webcam could take a photo of the item and then enlist it. But that required a lot of assistance from Google. And lastly, but certainly not the least, is the fact that connecting the fridge to the internet makes it susceptible to people with malicious intent to access your home appliances, which could be something like from a Hollywood freaky movie, as someone being able to remotely open your fridge door. Some smart fridges have already started making their way to the market, but to get this one-of-a-kind fridge, you will need to part with $6,000 US dollars. That's a tidy sum of 609,015 shillings using the current exchange rate. Internet penetration is quickly rising in Kenya, and smart fridges may seem like something out of a fantasy today. But if they can get the fridge to recognize items with minimal input from the user, and they can seal security loopholes arising from the internet, then the smart fridges may just be the last household puzzle piece to make our puzzling lives complete. And in our movie review today, we look at Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. And veteran director Edward Zwick comes back, and he is bringing Tom Cruise back with him. And Tom Cruise reprises his role as all-round badass Jack Reacher, who, to sum up the plot, basically beats up everyone who gets in his way. And the plot follows Jack Reacher, a highly decorated Marine who returns to the headquarters of his old unit only to find that he's being accused of a 16-year-old homicide. He has to save his colleague Susan Carter, who is played by Kobe Smulders, known for her role as Robin Shabatsky in How I Met Your Mother. She is facing espionage charges, and Jack has to save her and clear his name. What ensues is a slow-starting movie that culminates into some action-packed sequences.
What the hell happened here?
There's a fight. One guy took them all down with his bare hands. He's still in there.
Turn around, mister. Let me see your hands. Slowly.
Aggravated assault is a felony in this state, Mr. Reacher. Process him and get him to county.
Two things are gonna happen in the next 90 seconds.
Excuse me?
First, that phone over there is gonna ring. Second, you're gonna be wearing these cuffs on your way to prison.
Well, that is one magnificent prophecy, Mr. Reacher.
Just gonna keep on ringing.
Thanks for tipping us off to that sheriff. When are you coming to D.C.?
I move around a lot.
You're a legend.
Folks wonder why you left.
Purple Heart, Silver Star.
There's this big dent in the desk. People say you made it with someone's head.
Jack Reacher for Major Turner.
Major Turner's been arrested.
On what charge?
Espionage.
He's been set up. How much does Reacher know? How's it going? I don't like being followed.
You think you're invulnerable.
That's right. Maybe I rip your arm off and beat you to death with it. I'm sorry about this.
Reacher?
He's here to kill you.
My men were shot by one of our own.
This is bigger than I imagined.
You ever lose anyone on your watch, Reacher?
You're a dead man. You think you're above the law. But I'm not the law. So you should start running, because I'm going to start hunting. And when I find you, I'm going to kill you all. It's a haircut. All you guys go to the same barber?
That's all for me this week on Take Me Away. Thank you so much for joining us. But before we leave, we'd like to leave you with a sample of commercials that you will agree are too funny to be watched once. My name is Babu Biko. Until next week, keep it Brand Plus TV. See you then.
My internet's not working. Still?
Did you unplug your router?
Yeah. I tried that. It doesn't work. It still doesn't work.
Is IP address correct?
I entered the IP address and that doesn't work.
Is IP address correct?
Okay. Can you guys just come over here and take a look at this?
Thank you for calling. For TV, press 1. For customer service, press 0.
Get customer service that lives where you do.
Hello?
Honey? Are you at the club?
Yes.
I'm at the mall now, and I found this beautiful leather coat. It's only $1,000. Can I get it?
Well, sure, if you like it that much.
Okay. I also stopped by the Mercedes dealership and saw the new model. You know, the one I really like.
How much?
$120.
Well, at that price, I want it with all the options.
Great. Oh, and one more thing. The house we wanted last year is back on the market. They're asking 1.5.
We'll make them an offer. But come in at 1.4.
Okay. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
Okay, bye.
Does anybody know whose phone this is?
Emma. Huh? Emma. 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 Emma.
Nouveau le trèfle maxi-feuille, vraiment plus large.